What's going on, guys? Welcome to episode 4 of my MadCar Mobile 2026 career mode. With a small delay, we are here now in Imola for the Italian Grand Prix. This is already the Q3 run and I'll leave you till the end. Onto the start finish straight we go. Where will we end up? With two purple sectors, the DRS enabled. Down to the line we go, and we will end up in P1, and this is another pole position. Let's check out the results now. And after an exciting qualifying, here is how the results look like. We are pretty far ahead of everyone with that final run. And now let's jump into the race weekend. Before that, here you will see the qualifying results overall from the whole qualifying, and my teammate ended up in P16 unfortunately again, so the car isn't that good actually. And here we are for the race. 5 red lights go off and off we go for the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix. We get a great start, but the Mercedes gets a better one and nearly overtakes us, but we can defend and stay in P1. Down to Tamburello we go into the chicane. The Mercedes is closing up on us race as I attempted for a corner setup. Unfortunately, maybe it's bad, but in the turns we are then really fast. Through the Villeneuve chicane we made up a few seconds of time, but onto lap 3 we nearly lost the car exiting Rivazza 2. And as Russell isn't that far behind me, he can now use it to close up, as our top speed is really bad on the straights this weekend. But for that we have got a great cornering speed. But here we go, he backs off as we squeeze him off track. Through Tamburello we go, and we nearly lost the car again. Somehow the car is really set near to the ground. A lap later we're again coming to Tamburello chicane, exiting it, and we now really lost the car. And we also lose the positions to Russell and Max Verstappen as the curb caught us, and we are also really slow on the straights, which makes the Ferrari also trying to overtake me. But I managed to stay in front of him by braking very late into the Villeneuve chicane. Through Tosa we go now, onto this straight. Up the hill we go, we're closing and closing on Max Verstappen. Through Piratella we use a huge big corner speed advantage on Verstappen. Into Aqua Minerale we go, exiting that corner, and we are up to P2 again. Next up ahead is George Russell. Into Variante Alta we go. We brake very late, and we nearly tapped the rear of him, of his car, but in the end, as his top speed is way stronger than ours, he's pushing away like crazy. As you can see in this clip here, we are really being destroyed on the straights, but in the corner we can catch up to the AI again, and a lap later we have closed up a little bit. Onto the start finish straight we go once again, down into the first corner. The others are all right behind me, but here we go through Piratella, up the hill, down into Aqua Minerale. We are now caught up, like he's directly behind him, and with the overtake we can make a move. We can make a dive from down the inside into Variante Alta 2 laps later, and we are up into P1 finally after preparing our move for this lap. But here we go, he attempts another overtake move on me, but I can stay in front of him around the outside into the two Rivazza corners on the straight we go. Now our ERS is pretty much empty, but can we nevertheless stay in front of him? We use everything out of our battery what's left, and we defend the inside into Variante Tamburello. Can we stay in front of him? For now we can. Exiting the chicane onto this straight. He's catching and catching down to Variante Villeneuve, and he had a little look on the inside, but I can brake later around the outside and can stay in front of him. Now down to Tosa, and through the two reversa corners onto lap 20. We are now here for our one and only pit stop, or one in our planned pit stop, and as we are exiting the pit lane onto the track we go again. We change to soft tires, and in the end we are 7 seconds ahead of Max Verstappen. Through the Variante Tamburello we go once again, and as nothing happened anymore in the second stint, in the end we had 12 seconds to Max Verstappen, which is way less compared to Canada last weekend. But here we are for another race win here in Imola for round 4, and to win the Italian Grand Prix here in season 1.
Yes, yes.
And here's the podium. We end up in first place. Max Verstappen ends up in P2, and Russell ends up in P3, who started from P3. He ended up where he started. And our teammate went down a place to P17, and Antonelli, who started from P2, ended up in P12. What the hell? Here are the Drivers' Championship standings. We further build a gap to Verstappen, and in the Constructors' Championship standings we are up to P2 again.